Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Otakuology podcast. I'm your host, Otaku Mike, and with me as always is Jin. He found the pudding Graves, and today we are on the penultimate episode of season 1 of Stranger Things.
Episode 8.
Episode 8. That's right. It is episode 8, isn't it? The Upside Down.
Yeah. Well, let's touch on what you just said for a second.
Grab the pudding.
After watching this episode, like every time, I have always wanted to try canned pudding.
Here's the thing. When did they stop doing canned pudding? Because I never knew it was in cans.
I have no idea.
Is that just in schools?
I have no idea. Because, see, here's the other weird thing, right? And I don't know why. Like, this is on my bucket list. Like, I just want to do this once. Whether it's one of these little cans, which is more preferred. After watching The Walking Dead, where Carl had that big ass bitch of a can of fucking chocolate pudding, like, I want a can of chocolate pudding, okay? It's a weird one, okay? But I get it.
So it brings up a funny story. So one day I was like at my house, like alone. You know, it was an off weekend or whatever, and I really got the hankering for like pudding.
Okay.
And like I was like, I want pudding, and I was like, I think I had like $20 in my wallet, and I was like, payday was coming up or whatever, and so I went to the store and I was like, I had like pudding in my hand, you know, like the snack packs or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to make my own pudding.
Oh no.
I want to make my own pudding. And so like I go get like this pudding.
Hold on.
What?
Let me ask you this. What brand was it?
It was Jello pudding.
Okay. Like, I just had to ask that.
The only kind of pudding that I eat, if it's like homemade Jello pudding, like I don't know.
It could have been one of the other ones. I just had to ask.
I don't know of any other ones other than like off-brand. And it was like a double chocolate or something pudding. I don't know what it was. And I was like, huh. So I get the box. It was like a family size box. And I was like, I don't think this is going to be enough pudding. So I bought.
I don't think this is going to be enough pudding.
So I bought 2 family size boxes of pudding.
Okay.
And I go get my milk and stuff. And like, I get home and I make the pudding, and I made a lot of pudding. I ate a lot of pudding. And then I proceeded to eat that pudding, and I felt so sick after eating it.
You ate all the pudding?
I ate all the pudding.
All the pudding?
All the pudding.
Oh my God.
My battery was low.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy, I'm just glad you didn't get sick, because
imagine
having to clean pudding off of all your fucking walls, okay? Shit.
Yeah. It was I have not made pudding since then.
You're like, pudding one and done. This is it right here, okay?
But after watching this episode, I kind of want some pudding.
Oh my God. I totally thought this story was going to go different. I thought you were going to be like, yeah, I got snack packs. And instead, I got one of every flavor and took it home and ate that. Now, do I feel like my story is that far off? No.
No.
But that's a lot of fucking pudding either way.
I know. Like, I just kept eating it, and I was like, this is really good pudding.
Jesus.
I think I watched like a movie and I ate pudding, and I was like, I don't feel so good.
Do you remember what movie you watched?
Yeah, it was this movie called like I think it was like Jake and Sam, I think it was, or something like that.
Okay.
It was
some weird movie.
It was like an obscure movie from the 90s, and it was about this guy, or this kid, he like makes his brother believe he's a cyborg, and he has to go fight like as a child soldier in like Uganda or something. It was a funny movie.
Okay.
I'll have to look it up and see exactly what it was, but it was an interesting movie.
There you go.
We might have to cover it on the podcast, maybe.
There you go. So what we'll have to do is not only will we cover this movie, but we're both going to get at least a family size helping of pudding, not two, a, and
Yeah.
we're going to eat this and re-experience that livelihood. Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to be like, Mike, I got through like half my pudding and I'm fucking done. Like, I'm not eating it. No, you got to eat all of it. Damn it. Do it for the vine.
I think it was Josh and Sam.
Okay. I've never heard of that. So
Yeah, it is Josh and Sam, and it was made in 1993.
Okay.
Yeah, it was from the 90s. It's like a road trip movie with kids because they end up like stealing a car and stuff. But anyways, that's beside the point. It's like a little white lie becomes like a really big lie, and like shenanigans ensue.
Okay.
Yeah,
So it's kind of like Bubble Boy or one of those other ones like
kind
that.
of, yeah, a
That a
little
road
bit.
trip. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, going down memory lane of pudding. Anyway, let's get into our story tonight.
Okay.
So I have to say, out of all the opening ones that we've had so far, besides like the first one, I think this is my favorite.
Is it the longest? Because it seemed really long.
I think so.
This is all dealing with Hopper and Joyce getting kidnapped, or not kidnapped, but like held prisoner by the laboratory.
Yeah, because they snuck onto the base at the end of the 7th episode.
Yeah, which I forgot that happened.
Oh, really? You were like,
yeah, I was like, why is Joyce in this room saying like let her out? Like I totally forgot that they snuck onto the base in the last episode.
Well, I'll get into it here in a second because I brought up one funny thing because, of course, like if I'm watching Stranger Things, my mom goes, I gotta watch it with you because I love it too. I was like, I'm doing it for the podcast. She goes, that's fine. I'll be quiet. I was like, okay, whatever. Like we haven't already seen this like a million times. Anyway, so I really like this scene because it's kind of like good cop, bad cop. Like you have Joyce, and it's like, oh, like tell us about it, like let's go ahead, everything will be okay, like let us know. And then you flip over to Hopper, like getting tased and in the corner of the room, not sitting down or anything, like he's out. And
he's like, I didn't stutter, I said I know everything.
And then he, which I knew it happened, but this time I was like, it seems like it's out of place, but where he actually pukes, it looks like he just spit out a lot of water, but I was like, that's kind of weird that's even in there.
Yeah.
And then of course he gets tased again, and he's like, you guys are going to let us out. Like, I'll give you some information, but you're going to let us out.
I like this scene. Like, I like this scene where like he gets in there with Brenner into like the place
afterwards.
Afterwards where they question everybody and stuff, like whole people. He's like,
okay, since we're on this part, here's my weird synopsis, right?
Okay.
Of looking at this. When Brenner first walked in, I swear to God, it's in the corner of a cafeteria.
You think so?
I think so, because Brenner first walks in, when you look over to the left just a little bit, it looks like one of those metal doors or windows where like the lunch ladies would open it up for like you to do your tray return at the cafeteria and then put it back down.
Interesting.
And I was like, I wonder, and we don't get to see the rest of the room. Like from the angle it's the table, the corner that we saw Hopper get electrocuted in, and the door. Like we're only allowed this little section of stuff. And I was like, how funny would it have been to like really like known like, hey, yeah, that was the cafeteria we filmed in, and like, what the fuck?
Yeah, what if they're probably in like a part of the school or something,
Yeah, and it looked like a little room compared to like, what it was.
But yeah, no, I like this scene where he was like, you're gonna let us out, you're gonna help us find this boy, and we are not gonna talk about this ever again.
Right.
which he convinces Brenner to like go with it. Because he Hopper basically gives up the kids where the kids are and where 11 is.
Well, observantly wise, they bring up, or he thinks that he did get away with it.
Yeah.
But obviously, as we go through, we see that Brenner has now had more of an evil scheme, along with the one lady that I can't remember her fucking name. But
Yeah, I don't remember what her name is. The
um,
lady who shot Benny.
yes, episode 1.
Yeah.
Um, and they basically have them put on these yellow suits, and guess where they're going?
Into the
They're going
upside
to the
down.
upside down. Exactly.
Which when Joyce got into her suit, I laughed really hard because it didn't look like it fit her.
Yeah, I'm sure none of them did.
It looked like it did not fit her at all.
Hey, just get the unisex suit. That'll
And
be okay. We'll
like
film around it.
it really showed like the height difference between the two.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. Um, but they Hopper and Joyce think like, yeah, they did get like the green card. It won't be that much trouble or whatever. They just got to go in here,
Well, they also
take the
gave him like guns.
yeah, take a little stroll. Everything will be fine. Nothing's going to happen. And of course, like we all know that, like, hey, that's a dangerous place. Hopefully, they have something else. And then we get it as Brenner and the lady are both walking out to the vans to go get 11,
Mm-hmm.
and are kind of like, well, what happens that we send him in there? Well, it'll handle itself.
Yeah, that's
Like,
basically what it is.
eh, everybody we've sent in there so far has basically died. It'll handle itself. They're not coming out. And I love the fact that even though that they know this, that the lady still turned around and was like, well, what happens if they find the boy and they do come out? I
Yeah,
was
they're like
like,
they won't. He's like they won't come out.
what does happen then? Like, when did you guys even think that was going to happen? So a
I
little bit of foreshadowing, but
I really like the scene where they go through the like the void,
yeah,
you know, and like they are upside down at one point, and the camera like slowly flips over.
yeah.
I thought that was a
I
really cool touch.
I wish they did more of that in later seasons.
Yeah, where they're like kind of disoriented when they go in there.
Yeah, where it looks like it's upside down. Because I mean, think about all the art that we get for it.
Yeah.
Like even the one for the Ninja Turtles book that you and I are going to cover, like
Mm-hmm.
it is upside down. Like one of them's right side up, the other one's upside down. Like
Yeah.
that's how a lot of the art for it is. But we only got that in season 1, which is kind of odd to me.
Yeah. And it's crazy like how much the upside down kind of changes visually from season 1 moving forward.
Yes,
Uh,
because
like it is.
it seems like it's a tree almost, like they're in a forest almost the entire time, except for
Yeah.
this little cave, and then
Yeah.
Castle Byers, like well, I
Well,
guess their house.
they go to the house too, which we'll get into that. So we
Yeah.
end up moving over to Nancy and Jonathan.
Yes.
They're preparing for the Demogorgon. They're at the house where Jonathan lives. They've set up traps. They put gasoline on the floor. They got the spiked bat ready. Nancy
What's
has the
what's your
six
favorite
shooter.
weapon in this?
The spiked bat.
Okay.
I like the spiked bat.
I like the spiked bat, but I also love the bear trap thing, especially with the little yo-yo thing set up on it.
Oh yeah,
It seems like some Home Alone shit.
it is Home Alone shit.
Yeah, like, all right, I'm going to put this yo-yo, and what it's going to tell us is when the trap goes off, we will know.
Yeah, it is Home Alone
Yeah,
shit
yeah.
because uh who happens to show up but Steve, because we end up seeing that Nancy and Jonathan slice open their hands on purpose. They're doing the wolf pack blood pack thing to get the Demogorgon to show up, and Steve's like, hey, I just want to apologize, he's coming to make amends, for what happened, which good on Steve for doing that. And he like gets in, busts in, thinking that like Jonathan hurt Nancy because of her hand and stuff, and he was like getting ready to beat Jonathan up, and then who happens to show up but the Demogorgon? And Steve loses his shit.
Right.
Which was funny, seeing like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Like seeing Steve season 1 to season 5 is like a complete change.
Oh, I mean, seeing all of them
Yeah.
is a complete change.
Like they're ready to like
Like,
kill people in season 5.
yeah, because I feel like at the beginning, like Nancy was like a no guns girl, like at all, and then
Yeah.
to see how like I'm going to use this word loosely, but to almost see how Nancy has like a gun kink that gets started, where it's
I
like
don't think you're wrong.
I have this revolver into what gun she actually packs, like in season 5. Like you're like, that's like almost night and day. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy.
No, I mean, I don't think you're wrong. She probably does have a gun kink, which they tell Steve to leave, and Steve is like freaking out or trying to run away, and he like takes a moment and like looks back, and the lights start flickering,
Yeah.
and the Demogorgon gets a
Well,
jump on Jonathan at one point.
and Nancy starts counting down on him with
Yeah,
the revolver. Like, I just want to know, would she have really done it?
I think maybe she would like shot him in the leg or something. I don't know, maybe.
Or maybe like shot him like past him, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
But seeing this, like the Demogorgon gets the jump on them without them even knowing. Like they know it's there, but they don't know where it is. And this is a pretty like intense scene where they're trying to fight and battle the Demogorgon with their homemade weapons and stuff, and like the guns doing nothing really. But who happens to show up to save the day but Steve? Steve the Hare Harrington shows up and takes care of business. And
oh
he
yeah.
he gets that Demogorgon in the trap, and then like how much gasoline did they fucking put on the ground? Like I don't think
Oh,
they're I don't think they're getting back their deposit if they're renting.
had to have been a lot. No, I think they bought the house because they already would have lost the deposit when Joyce knocked the hole in the wall.
Yeah.
Um, no, I think they put like a whole like gallon size thing of gasoline on there.
Yeah.
But you do see who the spiked bat's rightful owner is,
Yes.
which is Steve, because obviously he's played baseball before and everything, and he knows exactly how to use it.
Yeah, which he wrecks the Demogorgon at this point.
Yeah, yeah.
Which it's a pretty fun scene. I will say though, a lot of like the action scenes in this, like the Steve scene and then the scene we'll get later on, too many flashing lights. Too many flashing lights. I felt like I was gonna have an epileptic seizure at one point.
I could see that.
Because I was like, do we really need all the flashing lights? And like, it was that like a cinematic thing, or were they trying to hide stuff like CGI and stuff? Maybe I don't know.
I don't know. I think part of it, at least, I can't speak for anywhere else, but at least at the Byers house, I think it was just because, like, going through the area,
All the
like,
lights were
that's
going
where,
off.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Because, like, usually whenever a Demogorgon kind of comes through stuff, it flickers.
yeah.
At least, like, starting out. Um,
Which I do love the part. Which we before this. Is it before this? No, it's after this where we see
after this, yeah.
Joyce. We see Joyce and Hopper walking through the house, and like the lights are slowly going off, and they can hear each other. Like they,
Well, and you get the parallels, like, the kids come out of the room,
yeah,
and this is after like Steve starts beating the shit out of this thing, because they got out of the room, they started coming, and then out of nowhere the Demogorgon, like you said, had popped up behind Jonathan
yeah.
in his room, and then they get it into the hallway basically, and Steve just starts wailing on it to step into the trap, and they light it on fire. And then we leave the parallel because we get this really cool scene where they are kind of looking at them at the end of the hallway,
Mm-hmm.
in the living room,
And
and the
they're
camera,
walking through the living room. Or they're walking through
yeah,
the hallway.
not them yet,
Yeah,
the kids. And then the camera pans down to the bear trap where like the Demogorgon's foot is still stuck in there. It basically got out and it's bubbling and everything
Yeah.
else. And then we go back to where the upside down is, where Joyce and Hopper are in there, and they look down and can tell, like, in this spot on the house something had happened, and they're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, this Demogorgon has to be hurt. Like, there's a blood trail going out from there."
Do you think it
Um,
was a coincidence that the Demogorgon showed up at that exact moment?
uh,
Like,
at the house,
do you think he was looking for Jonathan and Nancy, or was he just on the way to somewhere else?
the Demogorgon or
Yeah,
Steve?
Demogorgon.
No, I think it's because they cut their hand.
Because I don't
Like
remember them ever cutting their hands again to summon a Demogorgon.
they don't, but I think this is what gets it started.
Okay.
Like, I think after this initial one, this is what put targets on their back. Like, if we want to play off the whole scope that, like, Vecna knew the whole time, I think this is what would have put the red lights on them, or the targets on their backs. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you killed one of my guys. Now you're gonna, be prepared to die.
Yes,
I
prepare
think
to
that's what
die.
it is. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Um, and then of course, like, we get where the Demogorgon left, which I would have loved, like, if they would have caught sight of the Demogorgon, like, as it was running off. Like, what did it look like? Because now it should be like a three-legged
I
Demogorgon.
mean, he'd call him Stumpy.
um but they see that, and it's kind of funny because, like we were talking about, they're in the house, Hopper and Joyce, in the upside down, and as they're walking through, like, the lights are kind of like slowly getting triggered as
Yeah, I
they
liked this
go.
scene.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah.
I kind of wish, though, that when Jonathan says mom and Joyce kind of hears him, that when she goes Jonathan, he would kind of slightly hear her, but
I
there's
think
not an echo of her.
I think he kind of did a little bit.
It could be, but they didn't play the echo off. That's what I would have wanted.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but then of course we have where they go out and they go into a different section of the upside down. Hopper
Which
and Joyce do.
Why did they end up at the library? It's just because they followed the blood.
I don't know.
Like
I
I was so confused. Like, why the library?
I think they were just walking around.
Because they're like, oh, it's hurt, and like they followed the blood to the library. But I was like, why? Why would Will be at the library?
Yeah.
Which he was at the library, which was very disturbing. He
Yeah,
had the big giant tentacle in his mouth.
I don't know why they would have went to the library. I just think they were looking around, and it's just so happens that it lined up that way. Like, they were at the Byers house. Just so happened that the kids were there fighting the fucking Demogorgon.
But
And
then they followed the Demogorgon. They followed the tracks for the Demogorgon.
I don't know, because it doesn't make any sense for why it would have went to the library if
Maybe
it
to
went
protect
to the school.
Will?
How would it know, though?
I don't know.
Like, I think it would have just went to the school to get 11.
Well, it does do that.
Well, it does, but why would it make a pit stop?
I don't know. I don't know. I
you
don't know.
you see, these answers don't work.
Well, we'll get to one thing that I feel like doesn't work and is a big fucking plot hole
Yeah.
later on in this episode. But
Um.
they do end up finding Will. We'll just jump to that part where they do find Will and they perform CPR on him, which I thought, like, there's a part where like Hopper starts flashing back to his little girl, like Sarah, I think it is, to when she was like dying and stuff,
Yeah.
and him just like hammering on fucking Will's chest. I was like, he's gotta like fucking break his rib cage or something, his
I
sternum.
I thought so too.
Like he was fucking hitting him really hard.
Yeah.
But they do get him back at that one point. But before that, if I remember correctly, we go to the school where Dustin knows where the pudding stash is. Like
Yeah, he does.
like, of course, Dustin would know where all the pudding is. And he's like, "We're gonna go look for pudding." And then Mike starts getting mad at Dustin because he's like, "No, we gotta stay here. We gotta wait for Hopper and my mom to come back. And what about Nancy and stuff?" And like Dustin's like, "Well, we gotta recharge like 11's batteries." I want to
Yeah.
know, how much pudding do you think they ate in that short amount of time?
I think somebody got like one lick. Because if you look
One.
at the pile that's sitting there, there is one can that's open.
Yeah.
I think they got one lick. And I think that it was really just because they wanted to pull all the fucking pudding out.
I
Like,
mean, they had a lot of pudding.
if they would have taken like the 4 or 5 that they had originally, I think they would have been able to eat the pudding. But the fact of they sat there and pulled all of it out, I think they SOL'd themselves.
It was funny.
But yeah. So I looked it up. I guess whenever they first went, they went to where the stuffed animal
Yeah, yeah.
was in Castle Byers.
Was it?
Yeah. And then
Okay,
that's
yeah, because Hopper gets triggered because
yeah.
that's the same tiger his little girl had.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And then of course, that's when the fight scene happens, but um we're just staying on one group of people for you guys cuz we know you'll love that.
What?
We're staying on like one thing for them, the
What do you mean?
listeners. You know, like
Okay.
we covered like Steve and
Yeah,
Jonathan and
yeah, yeah,
Nancy,
yeah,
and then
yeah. 11 and the guys, right?
Hopper and them, yeah. And then
Yeah.
now we're on the guys in 11, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But they're eating the pudding and they're trying to escape from the bad guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is a very awesome scene. Like, I liked it that like they thought Nancy was gonna be there. And Mike was like, "Oh fuck, they're not there. That's not Nancy." And we see all the bad guys run into like the main I think school building, but they're not in the main school building. They're trying to look for them and they don't find them, unfortunately, for quite a while. And it's a pretty like epic chase through the school, like
Yeah.
seeing them try to get away, and they get cornered. They get cornered pretty hard. I forgot that she turns their brains to like mush.
Yeah.
Like she just literally like massacres all these people.
Yeah. I think this is like the only time she actually like really does that.
I think she kills people like in the Upside Down in season 5, but it's like one at a time. Like never like to this scale. She kills like 6 people at once,
Yeah.
which
No, I think you're right. I think she goes from like almost like melting their brains and shit in this one
yeah,
to like just like cracking the necks.
yeah, she just snaps their necks. But it's an awesome scene, and like they're like in disbelief that this happened, and like 11 just faints. She faints, and they're like, "Oh, like what's going on?" And they grab her, right? No, no,
They
they grab her, but they get grabbed themselves. Is what it
yeah.
is, and
Yeah.
we see like Brenner show up. He's like, "Look, 11, 11, it's okay. I got you. We're gonna take you and make you better. You're just sick. You're very sick." Which I was trying to figure out this whole time. Was Brenner just playing and acting, or was he actually worried about 11 and her well being? Because I could
Mm,
not tell if it was acting or he was telling the truth.
I think it's like 50-50.
Yeah.
I think yes, he cares enough about her to go back, but it's kind of like a doctor with an experiment. Like you care about it because of the advancement you can make with it, not because of the symbolage you put on it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it makes sense. It makes sense a lot.
Um,
But I love this scene. Like, it was a really interesting scene, like to show like how much 11 has grown to know that these people are bad and not in her best interest. And
yeah.
she just like they get away because the Demogorgon shows up, which we're presumed to believe that Brenner is dead at this point because the Demogorgon does get on top of him and eat him, kind of. Um, which we all know if you've watched the rest of the show, he somehow survives the Demogorgon attack.
It's
I
his
don't,
clone. It's his
I,
clone or his twin.
I don't know how, but he survives. Which the guys are like, "Oh my god, we gotta get out of here!" Like, there's like a look of sheer terror in their eyes at this point, and we see like I don't know why, but Dustin is the one who has to carry 11. I wonder if the other two just couldn't like physically pick her up. Because
I
Dustin looks like he's struggling a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why that one is.
Yeah,
Um, but I mean, we do have where they run into one of the classrooms and stuff.
yeah. And they get out their ammunition.
Yeah,
Their ammunition for the wrist rocket. I love how
yeah,
they keep like passing him the rocks. Like pass
yeah.
Lucas the rocks. Like, come on, get him, hit him, get him, get him. And Lucas is like, I'm trying to get him. I'm trying to get him. And they're
Oh,
like,
and he's clearly like making some hits, but it's not doing anything.
yes, I'll do anything. And they're like, use the monster destroyer rock.
Yeah,
Use
which
the monster killer.
I like that one where he goes to do it, and right when he releases it, like you see, like the Demogorgon get blown all the way against the wall, and then
Yeah.
you're kind of like,
What?
how did that happen?
Yeah.
And you realize it was 11 that did it.
Yeah. A part of me kind of wish like Lucas maybe like would have stunned it when he hit him in like the mouth directly.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I thought that'd be maybe would be fun. And then 11 like
Or
kind of like pushed
or
him
at
back.
least like have it like where the rock goes into its throat. It's like it's trying to cough it back
Yeah,
up.
like choke on it.
Yeah,
Yeah, but like she like leaves the Demogorgon there like on like the wall. And this part always confused me
yeah,
is when she's like looking back at them and like we have this big powerful moment of her like holding the Demogorgon back and it's trying to reach for her and like scratch her and stuff. And she's like, goodbye. She tells them goodbye. How the fuck does she get out of that classroom with nobody seeing her?
she doesn't. She goes into the upside down.
Does she?
Yeah,
Okay, I must have missed something. Like
that's
completely.
so the best way I can say that this is, and you'll get this reference,
Does
and it's
she open a portal through the Demogorgon? Is that what it is?
no, the portal is behind the Demogorgon. That's what that big like burst of blackness is.
Oh.
Um, but whenever she does it, she's kind of like, I don't know. I don't know if it's like something the Demogorgon's opening. I don't know if it's her maximizing her power and it opens. Somewhere in there it happens, but it's kind of like she almost lets off like Batman does like a smoke bomb
Yeah.
and he disappears. That's kind of what she did.
Yeah, it was just really weird. And like I was like, this is not explained at all. And like we were left to think like that she's gone. We're left to think that she's gone and she'll never come back, obviously.
Yeah, yeah.
Um and
She
like
night she nightcrawlered away.
yeah, like which I like to think that she might have opened a portal through the Demogorgon and like jumped in it or whatever.
Yeah,
Um
I kind of think that too, only because like where would the Demogorgon's body be?
yeah.
Or that she opened the portal behind the Demogorgon because she probably was like, if I leave this here, people will know, and then they'll question the boys. And
Yeah.
so I think while she was almost like crushing it against the board, she also like opened the portal behind it and shoved it kind of through as she went.
Well, didn't it like vaporize?
We don't exactly know that because that's what the whole blackness of it covered up.
Yeah, and like this part was kind of like I was like, "What's going on here?" So I kind of forgot what happened, to be honest, when we
Yeah.
got to this point, and we see like the aftermath, like Jonathan and Nancy and Steve are okay. Will's back. They got Will back, and like the aftermath of like the police and stuff and fire department at the school, and
Yeah.
we see like Mike, and then we do see a glimpse of Lucas's parents in the background. I will say, I don't know if we
Hey,
ever. I don't know if we ever see.
hey, we also forgot to bring up we did see what happened to Barb too, so
Oh yeah, Barb died. Barb's
confirmed.
dead. Confirmed dead body.
Yeah, yeah.
Which we like, because I mean, Mike's mom and dad show up. How do
Yes.
they explain this to their parents?
I
Like
don't know.
they
I don't
don't.
think they do.
I don't know if they do, or like if the police explain something. I don't know, but it was just kind of awkward, and like I I don't know if we're supposed to piece together as viewers, because they end up all going to like the hospital together with Will, waiting in the waiting room. Nobody's talking. Very awkward at this point. The boys are sleeping on each other.
Well,
Crashed out.
half the people are asleep too. Like
Yeah, Ted's there. Ted's there, still sleeping.
Ted's always sleeping.
Yeah, Ted's sleeping, and like we see like Will wake up, and they're all happy he woke up and stuff. Jonathan made him a new mixtape of all things. It's probably nothing but the Clash, to be honest. But yeah, we see them. He's better, and like the guys come in and explain like what happens to him, and Will's like, "Oh my god, that's amazing!" And like we like things shift where we're back around Christmas time. We're at Christmas time, I believe, and we see them playing Dungeons and Dragons. Our story ends with where it began, where they're all in the basement playing Dungeons and Dragons. I feel like that was a very, very nice touch.
Yeah, and it's Christmas.
And it's Christmas too. Like I like this part. I like this part where they're playing D&D, and like Jonathan comes to get Will to leave, and we see Nancy give Jonathan a gift. And I like this part. I like this part where Jonathan opens it up, or Will opens up for Jonathan, and he finds it's a camera. I personally like to believe Steve got him that camera.
Oh no, I think Steve got him the
I
camera because of
Yeah,
the line that he asked Nancy when she comes down to sit beside him, and he goes, "You gave it to him, right?"
yeah,
And I think that whole thing shows that Steve is the one that bought that for him, trying to make amends.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
Which I forgot that Nancy and Steve were still together by the end of season 1.
oh, I did too because whenever she walked in and sat down beside Steve, I was like, "What's going on?
Yeah,
You're
like
not
what the
supposed to be with Steve
yeah,
right now."
yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah. Um,
Uh,
so I mean, some stuff like that was just kind of funny. I laughed too much on that. I was like, "And why are you here? Would Ted approve of you being here?"
Ted was asleep.
Exactly. Bowl of popcorn.
Yeah, he was knocked out in his recliner. But yeah, and we see Hopper. We also, I forget, the government shows up outside the hospital for Hopper to get in a car, and we don't know what happens to Hopper after that,
Right?
which is weird.
Secret
Weird
agent.
plot hole. Weird plot hole. Just saying.
Secret agent.
And then we end up moving from that to going to the Christmas party with Hopper, and Hopper takes some food with them, and he would get like sort of the ending. Well, sort of, somewhat of the ending.
So let me ask you this question. Because only this time did I notice the only thing that Hopper put in there. And it's
What?
kind of funny because you and I know this thing because I tried it because of you. But did you see what he put in the bowl? And
No.
it was the only thing he grabbed off the table.
What was it?
Chicken wings.
Chicken wings? Oh,
It was a
chicken and waffles?
it was like 5 chicken wings that he put in the thing. And so when he goes and puts it in there, I thought like he grabbed a bunch of stuff, and I didn't realize it was only chicken wings till I watched it this time. And he went and he put it in there, and it was the chicken and waffles. I'm like, oh my god! I was like, I know the chicken and waffles.
I didn't notice he got chicken wings. I thought he maybe got like cookies or something.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I thought, like, every other time I've watched this, I knew at one point he had grabbed a chicken leg. I thought through the rest of it, though, he had grabbed like other stuff. But if you really watch him, it's only chicken.
That's funny. That's
So
funny.
noticing that, I was like, what the fuck?
Which it kind of makes sense. Like he goes out there, obviously, he put out there for 11.
Yeah.
But like, how did anybody know 11 was still alive?
Nobody did.
He just,
I know in another season, and we get more of it in season 5. There's another season though before that. I can't remember if it's the second season or not. We see where he went out, and I think he was hunting or something,
and he
and
finds her.
he finds her in the woods, and that's how he knows that she's alive. Now we don't get that little snippet in this stuff, but you can kind of allude to it that yes, he's leaving this stuff here for 11.
Yeah.
Um, you know, uh, but of course, then Hopper has to work for the CIA as well. We get all the other stuff that happens. We get where Jonathan and Will go back home, and
Mm-hmm.
they uh, have Christmas basically with their mom.
I like this scene. I like this scene a lot.
I like this scene a lot too. The only thing that's weird is the mashed potatoes.
Why?
Because she takes the spoon, she picks them up, she goes, "Look at these mashed potatoes, they're so," and she like picks it up, and it looks like fucking watery porridge. It's like blue, 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 blue,
I
blue, and I
don't.
was like,
I
"Oh
don't think
no!"
I noticed that. To be honest.
Oh, it looks nasty. Imagine like microwave instant potatoes, but with too much water in them.
I love
That's what it looks
microwave
like.
instant potatoes.
Yeah, that's what it looks like though. Too watery.
Yeah. No, I love this scene. It very much set the tone. I feel like and like very much closed this story for season 1.
Yeah,
Like it very much was a happy ending until we get to the part where Will's puking up slug
he
thingies.
he he only does one, but he goes to wash his hands,
Yeah.
and then he kind of gets a vision of the upside down. Now, remind me to go back to D&D here in a second, but I
Uh-huh.
also, because there was another show I was watching that was talking about it, about how things only happen when somebody dies.
Yeah.
And I know that the stuff for season 5 is that demogorgons are born out of an egg,
Oh
right?
yeah, because we see eggs in this episode.
Yeah. And in 5, we were supposed to see a whole thing there, but we never did in season 5 in the other place.
Yeah.
My whole thing is, I don't think in the upside down the upside down can actually sustain a demogorgon. I think that whenever anything involves death, that the slug is actually the baby demogorgon
Well, isn't
before.
that D'Artagnan?
I don't know. But we also had it where the one was coming out of Barb's mouth too.
Oh yeah.
So I'm kind of wondering if that's how we got the Demodogs,
Yeah.
is from all these other ones. Because how many would you say approximately in season 2 were in the tunnels?
I don't know, maybe like four or five, maybe
I think that
six,
I think there's
six,
more than that.
because there's 6 bodies were taken.
Yeah, So I think there's more than 6 that's in the tunnels, but I think each one they were all spawned from an egg, and the eggs have to be incubated in a person that has died.
So they basically aliened it.
They alien it, yes. And I think that when they pulled Will out, his was still alive, and that's why he spit it out.
He had that face hugger on him.
Yeah, it just took longer to come out because he actually stayed alive.
So all in all, what'd you think of this whole episode and season?
I liked it. Um, I also have to say, the last scene in season 5
Yeah.
where they're putting the books up?
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't know or I didn't notice it before that they're using the same books. I didn't
Yeah.
know that. I
Yeah.
didn't know that. I was like, when did they get the books?
So I noticed it when they were done with the game because Mike had his book
Yeah,
in this season. I noticed it rewatching it. I didn't notice it before
true.
that they had the same books.
I noticed it this last scene.
Yeah. Because he has the big M on the front of his cover.
Yeah, yeah. All of
Yeah.
theirs looked like pristine. Um, and then of course, like the odd one out was uh Max's,
Yeah.
but yeah, like I didn't know because it doesn't really stick out when you're just watching this for the first
No, it
time.
doesn't.
So I thought that was a pretty cool thing.
It doesn't. Like, you very much pick up on things on the rewatch.
Yeah,
So I feel like we're so like hyper focused and like we don't pick up on those little things.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
would say. I have to say,
Like the chicken.
like the chicken, like the chicken and waffles.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have to say, this season really holds up, and I think I enjoyed it more the second time I watched it because I've only watched this like twice,
I think this is like my 5th time watching it.
and it still holds up. And I think it might be one of like the better seasons.
Yeah,
Like they're all pretty good, but like this one just seems like a very like basic like supernatural Goonies or supernatural ET, I would say,
yeah.
in a sense. And we keep getting more and more grander as we go along. Uh,
I agree. And I
like,
think I think that's the good thing because like you're new to the world, you're getting into it. There's not like a shit ton of other things going on like like
there aren't a ton of characters.
we do know like the Demogorgon is the big bad
Yeah.
of the series, compared to later on when you see a Demogorgon and everybody's like, "Oh, a Demogorgon! Like, get some fire and a sword or something, okay? Like, we'll handle this bitch."
Yeah.
Like, eh, and I feel like part of it is that whole thing, and we kind of learned about it or have talked about it with manga, is when somebody starts writing like a villain or something, and then they want something badder, that it just gets a little more and a little more. And in this, I feel like they really threw big stuff out there every time.
Yeah. They kind of like up the ante.
Yeah, and they upped it too much. It wasn't something like subtle. It was a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
when I get to the last season, they up it a lot. They up it a
yeah, yeah.
lot for sure.
But
Um,
I just I think the best example probably of like we know nowadays of that is like One Piece because it's really subtle as you go up compared to like Naruto or anything else where you get that and it's this bad guy and then it's this bad guy and you're like, no, this bad guy's like 10 times better than that bad guy.
or one might say OG Dragon Ball.
Yeah, it happens fast.
Yeah.
So um
No,
but
solid ender to a season.
yeah,
I
yeah,
know I had like a little bit of like what the fuck's going on with 11 type of thing,
yeah.
but like I still enjoyed it. I enjoyed it tremendously. I don't even think that's a word.
Hey, I mean, my one thing, like I was talking about, is how did she get out of the upside down?
Yeah,
Like if she went into the upside down, how did she get out?
yeah.
We don't know that. She
We
ended
we
up in the
are
woods somehow.
left we are left with some big questions at the end of this episode.
Yeah, she might have came out the same tree that Nancy came out of. Who
Maybe.
knows?
Who knows? Who knows?
So, but yeah, no, I fully agree with you. Like this is a great ender. I think that this rounds out like a lot of it. I think that this is another high note, like we had already talked about. Um, with the episodes, like this is in my top like 3 episodes that are the best of this season. Um, or top 4 maybe. And I don't think that part of the other ones like it all goes together. You have to have all of it, and I think it makes it really fun. So I'd probably give this episode like a 5 out of 5.
Um, I give it like a 4.5.
A 4.5?
Yeah, 4.5.
What a dick. Um, yeah. So I mean,
Yeah,
I hope that all you guys watched and really enjoyed this with us as we've gotten to go back and cover this, because I wouldn't say it was a last minute thing we picked up, but it was because we were finishing off the show
yeah. We were.
of
We were.
season 5, and we decided, hey, like let's kind of go back and just like relive it. Like we finished off 5, let's go back and just enjoy the show again.
Yeah.
And I mean, I feel like this us covering it has accomplished that. So um it's not like we actually had to say goodbye to the characters so fast. I mean,
No.
obviously they're little kids at this point, but we didn't have to say bye so fast.
I
So
will say I really enjoyed this and like not worrying about all the different freaking like theories or that stupid conformity gate bullshit.
oh my gosh, right?
Like I just got to enjoy Stranger Things for what it is. And
See, and there's still shit popping up with conformity
I
date because
know, I know.
nobody wants it to go away.
I know. And yeah, I mean, I'm looking to cover more of this eventually, and we're gonna get that cartoon, and there's like comics and stuff and all that. So there's a lot.
Yeah,
There's a lot to
yeah.
Stranger Things.
So I mean, stick around for the show. We're gonna try and get season 2.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're
yeah.
gonna try and get season 2 covered. Hopefully in time for um
Tales from 1985.
yeah, Tales from 1985. Hopefully we get most of that covered before that comes out. Which I believe that's in March, so we'll probably be like we'll have a good chunk of it covered.
Yeah,
Of course we have other stuff coming out, like we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and meets or and Stranger Things.
yeah. Eventually we'll have to cover that. Yeah,
Yeah.
and
I'm
just
sure there will be some other fun things that we'll have, as well as probably covering some more comics and stuff, and the things that you guys will know and love on our podcast.
like
So,
Sakamoto.
Sakamoto, yeah,
Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, we got stuff we got to go back to. Um,
we do.
but in the meantime, Jen, where can they find you?
You guys can find me at Bard's Tavern on Instagram, as well as you can find me at everywhere else under the sun on Otakuology.
You can find me at the Otaku Mike on Instagram or YouTube, as well as Otakuology. Make sure to go check out our YouTube channel if you're watching on there. Like, subscribe, and comments. Let us know what you think of Stranger Things. Do you think it's gone woke yet? From what I've heard, some people think that. Um, Make sure to follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, whatever your podcast platform of choice. Give us a suggestion on what you would like us to cover in the future. I would love to hear from you. And make sure to go listen to all of our other episodes. We have almost 300 episodes at this moment.
Hell
That's a lot of
yeah.
episodes.
So be prepared for a special live stream on YouTube we will probably do for that, because We love hitting those fucking milestones.
I know. But we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Yeah. See you next Tuesday.